So you've been watching this whole AI revolution happen, and you're probably wondering, okay, where do I fit into all this? If that's you, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to unpack Andrew Maxwell's The AI Wealth Blueprint, and we're going to explore 5 really powerful AI business models that you could launch today. And the best part? Absolutely no coding required. Let's get into it. Maxwell kicks things off with this idea, and it's a powerful one. You see, this whole AI wave isn't just a tech thing for coders and Silicon Valley giants. No, it's a fundamental shift in what's possible for everyone. It's really an invitation to stop worrying so much about what AI might take away and start getting excited about what it can help you create. So let's start by just reframing how we think about this. I mean, for every scary headline you see about a job being disrupted by AI, there's a brand new opportunity being born. This isn't some threat we should all be afraid of. It's more like a goldmine of potential, just waiting for people to start digging. And this right here, this is a massive change. You know, it wasn't that long ago that if you wanted to start a tech business, you needed a ton of cash and some really specialized knowledge. That's just not the case anymore. Thanks to all these new no-code and low-code platforms, the power to build and innovate is literally in the hands of anyone with a laptop and a good idea. Which brings us to the heart of this blueprint. Maxwell lays out 5 totally distinct paths you can take to build your very own AI-powered business. Each one is a little different, catering to different skills, different goals. So let's break them down one by one.
First up is AI influencing. Now, think of yourself as a guide or a translator here. So many people are curious about AI, but honestly, they're also kind of intimidated. As an influencer, your job is to create content that makes it all simple. You know, maybe you make short videos explaining how to use a new AI tool, or you write a newsletter that breaks down the biggest AI news of the week. The trade-off here is pretty straightforward. It costs basically nothing to get started, but your income really depends on building an audience, and that takes time and a whole lot of consistency. It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint, but the potential is huge once you get that ball rolling. Next up, we've got AI consulting. This is a much more direct way to cash in on what you know. And listen, you don't have to be a coder. You just have to know a little bit more than your client about how AI can solve their problems. You know, for example, you could help a local business figure out which AI tools will speed up their workflow and save them money. The biggest win here is how fast you can start making money. But, and it's a big but, the trade-off is scalability. You're basically trading your hours for dollars, so there's a very real ceiling on how much you can earn. It's an awesome place to start for sure, but it's important to understand that limitation. All right, on to our third model, the AI Automation Agency, or AAA for short. This is kind of like a modern web design agency, but instead of building websites, you're building AI solutions. For example, building a smart chatbot for a business that can answer customer questions 24/7, or setting up automated workflows that save a company tons of time. Now here we start to see that classic balance of effort and reward. The earning potential is massive because pretty much every business out there is looking for these kinds of automation solutions. The catch? You do have to learn some specific platforms and get pretty good at managing projects. Our fourth path is AI education. So if you're good at teaching, this model is all about packaging up your knowledge into digital products you can sell. So think about it. You create an amazing online course just once, like, say, a deep dive on how to use AI for graphic design, and then you can sell it over and over and over again. The huge advantage here is creating an income stream that can scale, something that can make money even when you're not actively working. But it takes a ton of work up front to create something really good. And at the end of the day, your success really comes down to how well you can market your product. And finally, we have AI SaaS, which stands for Software as a Service. Maxwell really frames this one as the pinnacle, the top of the mountain. This is where you create a single AI-powered tool that solves one very specific problem, maybe a tool that helps writers automatically generate blog post ideas, and then you sell subscriptions to thousands of customers. So yeah, this is the highest risk, highest reward model of the bunch. The potential for recurring monthly revenue and a huge payday down the line is absolutely incredible, but it's going to require a lot of investment in time, in money, and usually in some real technical expertise to even get it off the ground. Okay, so we've walked through the 5 paths, but how do they actually stack up against each other? Let's put them side by side. This is where you can really start to see which one of these models might be the perfect fit for you. This chart just lays it all out so clearly.
You can see how models like influencing and consulting have super low startup costs, right? That makes them really easy to get into. But look at the scalability. It's a bit limited. Then on the complete opposite end, you've got AI SaaS. I mean, the potential is just off the charts, but the costs and risks are way higher. And notice the AI automation agency, kind of sitting in that sweet spot on the middle. High scalability for a medium initial investment. Really interesting stuff.
So, after looking at all five, is there one that really stands out for somebody who's just starting this journey? Well, according to Maxwell, the answer is a big, clear yes. He argues that one model in particular offers the perfect balance of accessibility, earning potential, and, well, building skills for the future.
And his pick is the AI automation agency. Now, of course, this is the author's specific recommendation, but his reasoning is pretty darn compelling. So let's dig into the 3 main reasons why this model gets the top spot in his blueprint.
First up, accessibility. And this is the real game changer. You don't need a fancy computer science degree anymore. Tools like Zapier, Make, and VoiceFlow have these drag-and-drop interfaces that let you build some seriously sophisticated AI systems. I mean, the technical barrier that used to be there, it's just never been lower.
And what's the result of that accessibility? Well, the earning potential is just massive. Businesses are more than willing to pay top dollar for automation that actually delivers value. And according to the source, as an agency grows, this can lead to some pretty staggering revenue figures. Okay, the second big reason the author points to is all about your own personal growth. By running an AAA, you're not just earning money, you're building a skill set that's totally future-proofed. You're literally getting paid to learn by solving real problems for real clients, which is, hands down, the fastest way to become an expert in one of the most valuable fields on the entire planet.
And the third key advantage is scalability. This is the crucial difference between an agency and just being a consultant. With an agency, you can grow beyond just yourself. You can hire a team, you can take on more clients, and you can build a true business, not just a high-paying job.
So there you have it, 5 totally different business models, a side-by-side showdown, and a very clear recommendation from the author on where a beginner might want to start. You now have a blueprint of the incredible opportunities that are just waiting in the AI space. And really, that brings us to the final, most important point. This change, this revolution, it's happening right now, whether we participate or not. So the only real question left to ask is the one right here on the screen. The AI revolution is here. Which role are you going to play?